Good evening, boys and girls. It is Miss Underwood, and I am ready to read our story for today. And this is one of Miss Underwood's favorite characters. This is Miss Jamaica, and this book is Jamaica's Find. Now, Jamaica is written by Juanita Havill, and the illustrations are by Sisley O'Brien. Now, we've read a couple of Jamaica's books in class when we were in school. Jamaica is one of our favorite characters. She is a sweet little girl who often goes on some adventures. So let's see what happens in Jamaica's book today. I want to find out what she finds. Don't you? When Jamaica arrived at the park, there was no one there. It was almost supper time, and she still had a few minutes to play. She sat in a swing and pushed off with her toes and began pumping. It was fun not to have to watch out for the little ones who always ran in front of the swings. Then she climbed up the slide, and there was a red sock hat on the ladder step, and Jamaica took it for a ride. She slid down so fast that she fell on the sand and lay flat on her back. When she rolled over to get up, she saw a stuffed dog beside her, and it was a cuddly, soft, gray dog, worn from hugging. All over were faded food and grass stains. Its button nose must have fallen off, and there was a round white spot in its place, and two black ears hung from its head. Jamaica put the dog in her bicycle basket, took the hat to the park house, and gave it to the young man at the counter. First thing her mother said when Jamaica came to the door is, "Where did that dog come from?" "The park. I stopped to play on the way home," Jamaica said. "I found someone's red hat, and I took it to the lost and found." "But Jamaica, you should have returned the dog too," said her mother. Then she said, "I'm glad you returned the hat." "It didn't fit me," Jamaica said. "Maybe the dog doesn't fit you either," her mother said. "I like the dog," Jamaica said. "Don't put that silly dog on the table," Jamaica's brother said. "You don't know where it came from, and it isn't very clean, you know," her father said. "Not in the kitchen, Jamaica," her mother said. Jamaica took her dog to her room. She could hear her mother say, "It probably belongs to a little girl just like Jamaica."
What is love?
After dessert, Jamaica went to her room very quietly. She held the dog up and looked at it closely. And she tossed it on a chair. "Jamaica," her mother called from the kitchen, "have you forgotten it's your turn to dry the dishes?" "Do I have to, Mother?" "I don't feel good," Jamaica answered. Jamaica heard the pots rattle. Then she heard her mother's steps. Her mother came in quietly, sat down by Jamaica, and looked at the stuffed dog, which lay alone on the chair. She didn't say anything. After a while, she put her arms around Jamaica and squeezed for a long time. "Mother, I want to take the dog back to the park," Jamaica said. "We'll go first thing in the morning," her mother smiled. Jamaica ran to the park house and plopped the stuffed dog on the counter. "I found this by the slide," she told the young man. "Oh, hi, aren't you the girl that gave me the hat last night?" "Yes," said Jamaica, feeling hot around her ears. "You sure do find a lot of things, and I'll put it in the lost and found shelf." Jamaica stood watching him. "Is that all?" he asked. "You didn't find anything else, did you?" "No, that's all." She stayed to watch him put the dog on the shelf behind him. "I'm sure some little girl or boy will come after it today. A nice little dog like that," said the young man. Jamaica ran outside. She didn't feel like playing alone. There was no one else in the park but her mother, who sat on a bench. Then Jamaica saw a girl and her mother cross the street to the park. "Hi, I'm Jamaica. What's your name?" she said to the girl. The girl let go of her mother's hand. "Christian," she said. "Do you want to climb the jungle gym with me, Christian?" Jamaica said. Kristen ran toward Jamaica. "Yes, but I have to find something first." "What?" asked Jamaica. Kristen was bending under the slide. "What did you lose?" said Jamaica. Edgar dog. I brought him with me yesterday. Now I can't find him. Kristen answered. Was he kind of gray with black ears? Jamaica couldn't keep from shouting, Come along with me! The young man in the park house looked over the counter at the two girls. Now what have you found? But this time, Jamaica didn't drop anything on the counter. Instead, she smiled her biggest smile. I found the girl who belongs to that stuffed dog. Jamaica was almost as happy as Kristen, who took Edward Dog into her arms and gave him a big welcome back hug. Now, in this story, Jamaica at first made a pretty good decision. She found a hat, she took it back, but she found that dog and she really wanted to keep the dog. But when she started thinking about it, she just didn't feel right about that decision. And a lot of times when we make the wrong decision and we start thinking about it, we don't feel right about that decision. But did you see at the end of the book when she helped Kristen find that dog that she was missing? How excited was Jamaica to help Kristen find that dog? She was smiling just as much as Kristen was, who was heartbroken that her dog Edward was missing. Jamaica got just as much joy out of helping Kristen as she would have out of keeping that toy. So doing the right thing may not always be easy. And it may not always seem like, I don't want to do the right thing. But you know what? When you do the right thing, you're always going to be happier in the end. So, Miss Underwood hopes that you enjoyed another story about Jamaica. And I hope that you are continuing to read, and love it this summer. And don't forget, when you read, you're supposed to write about what you read. Okay? So we want to keep reading and writing this summer because we want those brains to still grow during the summertime. And Miss Underwood knows that all those boys and girls that watch these videos have really big brains because they've been growing them all year long, and they're going to keep growing them this summer because we don't want our brains to get lazy during the summer. We want them to still grow. So, Miss Underwood hopes that you know, without me ever having to say it, but you know I say it anyway. I love you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and I hope that you make good choices like Jamaica. And if you find something that doesn't belong to you, you turn it in. And hopefully you'll get to be joyful with the person who lost it like Jamaica is. You know I love you, and you know I'll see you again virtually. Bye, Eagles and virtual family. I will see you later.